The special status of India in the evolution of consciousness. Hello, this is Chris speaking with another video about Sri Aurobindo's The Synthesis of Yoga and about the special status of India. And when he writes India, and when I say India, what is not meant is the political entity, especially the modern political entity with the modern borders. What is meant is the cultural entity, which means India, Bangladesh and Pakistan nowadays, and because they are culturally related, also Bhutan and Nepal. So this cultural entity has a special status because it has a special history. In India, the way I just defined it, there is a place for the spiritual life, which is very, very different in most other countries. There are some other countries where it is or used to be allowed to drop out of society and not to fulfill the role of parents and have children and have a normal job, but to pursue the spiritual life, to become a sadhu, a sannyasin, a recluse, live in the forest or the mountains, or in an ashram, to not take part of the normal work life and procreation life, but to seek after truth. That is the only aim. And in India, not only is that allowed, and was that allowed, but those people are even revered and honored and respected for their supreme courage to do this. And there's an interplay between the spiritual life and the material life. Both benefit from each other. It's almost like in Neil Stevens's Anthem book, where there's a society that is split in two. The scientists, the spiritual seekers, are in special ashram-like communities, and everyone else is living outside, and they don't bother each other unless there is an emergency, a global emergency. So this is very similar to how India works and has been working, although it starts to change now. Sri Aurobindo explains the progressive mind, part of our mind. It's called the progressive mind, and in the West it has been geared towards technology, towards natural sciences, technology, building things, inventing weapons and chemistry and all kinds of things, business stuff like stock market and so on. While in India, the progressive mind, those who had the progressive mind, were mostly dedicating their efforts towards the spiritual. So India is probably the most progressive country spiritually on the planet, but materially it means it was lacking a bit behind. That's why it was so easily conquered by the British and French and Dutch and so on. But that's changing now with all this very good computer scientists and all other scientists now. India is catching up, and we will see if that means that the spiritual tradition will then drop into the background, like in most other countries. We will see. Hopefully not. We need India. We need a country where spirituality is allowed and part of normal life, where people can go and just pursue the truth We need a country where there are ashrams and where there can be a place like Auroville, where the traditions, the thousands of year old traditions, have been upheld and continued without interruption for thousands of years. The Vedas, the Upanishads, and the wisdom of many, many great teachers like Sri Aurobindo and Meher Baba and UG. And where not everything is about success and money, where not everything is just psychopathic, like in the Western culture. India has been the center of spirituality for thousands of years and still is. At least it has been during the time of Sri Aurobindo, and I think it still is. So, good on you, India, and all you people and peoples from India and Pakistan and Bangladesh and Bhutan and Nepal. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you very much.